Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Paul, and on this channel I like to go over things that I am curious about and things that I have looked into a little bit. I like to share here on this channel. So recently I was thinking about how I got to where I am today. And as I was thinking about this, I kind of had a cool insight that I wanted to share with you guys and hopefully leave an encouraging message as well. And it was this, that the insights that you're having right now will lead you to where you need to go. And I will expand on this with 3 examples from myself and kind of what this has meant for me and my knowledge journey and my learning journey as well. And so hopefully it will have an encouraging effect for you as well into your present insights, and not have you thinking about maybe, oh, one day when I get there, then I'll know the things. It'll hopefully bring you a lot more to the present, and make you have like a little bit of more importance on viewing the present and whatnot. So anyways, with that being said, I remember having one of the first insights. I was in church service, I was listening to my pastor, I was probably zoning out a little bit, but I just had the idea come in my mind: perspective changes everything. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. And I don't know, I was probably thinking about something that happened at the home and whatnot with the family. And I was probably thinking about it from just the different perspective of the family members, going, okay, from this person's point of view, this probably happened. From this person's point of view, this probably happened. And I was just kind of like, okay, that's interesting. Perspective changes everything. And, I can see how that plays out in present day Paul as well, in terms of trying to look at the world from different viewpoints and whatnot. And this next one that I would say it happened during my sophomore year of college, and I took a gap year. I was originally a finance major, and I kind of got frustrated because I was like, okay, I'm not going to learn this stuff until my third year. I don't really want to wait that long. Plus, I just really want to know how money works, how the economy works. Anyways, and I don't want to end up being an investment banker, which is probably the route that it would have taken if I would have graduated with a finance degree. So I took a gap year and considered dropping out. But as I was trying to figure out what I really wanted to do, I started looking at those who have influenced my life pretty greatly. And I realized, okay, these people tell stories very well. They, tell parables, etc. And I was like, okay, I need to learn how to tell stories well. And I want to learn, pretty much how to analyze these things and how to tell stories well. So what did I choose when I came back? I chose English. And, it wasn't from the perspective of anything else other than I want to learn how to storytell, and I want to learn how to clearly communicate a lot of my ideas, which obviously this is something that I'm just working on, and I'm going to start writing online as well and whatnot. But it was from this perspective that I was like, okay, everything's a story. And, from there, if you listen to a video that I produced maybe 4 or 5 days ago now, it was talking about everything has its own language. That's because everyone who has ever had an opinion about anything is telling it, and this is going to combine both 1 and 2, but it's telling it from their perspective. They're telling a story from their perspective. And that sounds plainly obvious. But for someone who's very curious about how the world actually works, you want to find the truth in all of those stories and all of those perspectives. So for me, it was, okay, how can I sift through these stories and the perspectives in these stories and find what's really going on? Which is why at the end of that video that I talked about, each domain of knowledge is just a lens of the world. And so it's when you stack all the lenses in front of each other that you'll probably get a more accurate view of the world, when you can learn to see the world and the stories that we all tell each other from multiple perspectives and from multiple domains of knowledge and whatnot. So it was just learning, okay, everything has a story. And then also this ties in for me where, and I talked like a little bit about this with the videos that I was doing on trauma earlier this year in January, because we're all telling ourselves stories as well. So even our current reality is a narrative that we're telling ourselves. The stuff that we're good at, the stuff that we're bad at, narratives that we're, saying that we're good and bad at, it's who we are and whatnot. Everything is narrative, and within that perspective. And then the third thing I would say is this happened by right after I graduated high school, and it was understanding this. I had a very profound experience, to say the least, and it was there are great truths in the paradoxes. There are great truths in the paradoxes, and it was one of those things for me that just understanding. Hey, how can these two seemingly contradictory ideas both be true? How can these both be true? And what is really meant behind this seeming paradox and whatnot? And the more I started looking into paradoxes, the more I started looking into those things and understanding, okay, there are some really, really profound truths here that led me to further insights. So here's the principle from all three of these examples that I just gave, and kind of going back to what I said in the beginning. It's your present insights that will lead you to where you need to go, not even necessarily want to go. It will lead you to where you need to go. It's your present insights. And I'm saying this to you to give yourself credit where you are currently at right now. Sometimes people want to wait until they finish the degree, finish the new project that they're working on, whatever it may be. Though they want to wait till the certain thing. Or people sometimes only want to say, "Oh, you only know that because, um, you know, you have learned this from your degree." It's like for me, especially being an English degree right now, English and classics. Some people talk about, "Oh, well, you must like reading because you're an English major," and it's like, I started reading before that, and it wasn't the opposite. And so, just having those shifts, it helps you come to more of the present reality instead of a future reality. And also, I think it just is an encouraging to see, like, okay, wow, I can see how these insights that I've had have led me to where I am right now, and I can be appreciative of that. So, anyways, just wanted to record this video. I thought it would be encouraging and a little bit insightful. So, with that being said, I will see you guys on the next one.